We now live in a world where SCN's in 70% of the fields, but the resistance is not working anymore.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. I'm Aaron Putsey and we're here on the campus of Iowa State University, and I'm visiting with Dr. Greg Tilka. Greg serves as the director of the Soybean Research Center at Iowa State University, also an SCN researcher. And Greg, first of all, thank you for welcoming us here today. And we're talking about an issue, soybean cyst nematode, which is a huge issue in the world of soybean production. Frame the issue for us and why it's such a vital part of production for the soybean farmer.
Two main reasons, Aaron. The first is that SCN is without a doubt the most damaging soybean pathogen, not just in Iowa, not just in the Midwest, not just in the US, of all of North America. The second thing is I have done random surveys of Iowa at 3 different times in my career, funded by the soybean checkoff, and all 3 times we have found SCN in about 70% of the fields. Never 100%, but almost consistently 70 to 72%. So many people have it, and either they don't care about it or worry about it, I should say, or they don't know they've got it.
So let's put it in some numbers. You know, farmers love numbers, especially as it relates to the bottom line. So walk us through infestations and what it can mean to yield and therefore return on an investment.
So that's a great question. The answer will summarize the situation. If a farmer had soybean cyst nematode and didn't manage it in the old days with a susceptible variety, he or she could have lost 20 or 30% and not see sick-looking soybeans. But then when numbers got really high and really bad, then we're talking 30, 40 bushels per acre. Then resistant soybeans came along in the mid-1990s, and we have flourished. We've managed SCN for a couple decades, but there was a problem brewing underground, excuse the cliche, and that was that the nematode was becoming resistant to the resistance. All those varieties, all those years had the same resistance genes. So we now live in a world where SCN's in 70% of the fields, but the resistance is not working anymore.
Based on your research, and you know, we have some varieties right here. This is a soybean about 8 days old or so, and you're looking at ways to help farmers manage this. What are some of the tools available? What would you like to see happen?
So through checkoff funding, we're looking at new genetics for resistance, and we're making great progress, but we need seed companies then to adopt that genetics into their varieties, because seed companies are the companies that deliver varieties to growers, not universities. Second thing is there's new seed treatments on the market that offer nematode protection, and we are evaluating those and help farmers realize when they work and when they don't, and how to take optimum advantage of that.
So as farmers are preparing for the 2023 growing season, Greg, what should they be thinking about in terms of getting on top of this issue, getting on top of this pest for the new growing season?
Well, first is you can't manage a problem you don't know you have. And so if farmers don't know they've got it, they need to get their field sampled. It all starts with that. And then they need to be active and seek out good resistant soybeans, seek out the unusual type of resistance that works well. It's called Peking resistance. Seek out seed treatments and develop a plan. And it's not too late to sample fields even in the fall until everything's covered with snow or it's frozen solid. If samples don't get taken in the fall, springtime, once things thaw, is another opportunity.
Last question, resources. Where can farmers go? Obviously, we have information at iasoybeans.com. What are some other resources where farmers can go?
I like to publish late-breaking research on Iowa State's Integrated Crop Management News homepage. And then we have a national education project funded by the soybean checkoff called the SCN Coalition. And that is a wonderful countrywide website. And the address is thescncoalition.com. And there's state-specific info on that location.
Well, as we look to the 2023 growing season, and it will be here before we know it, SCN is a big issue and a big topic that we want farmers to be aware of, and it's certainly a priority of the research funding provided by the Iowa Soybean Association in concert with the work here at Iowa State University. Reporting for this edition of the State of Soy, I'm Aaron Putsey.
Farming is a competitive business, and you need equipment you can count on every single day. That's why for nearly 90 years, farmers have entrusted their grain handling to Brandt Agricultural Products. Brandt's full line of hardworking conveyors, augers, grain carts, vacs, grain bagging equipment, and tillage equipment are made to deliver the competitive edge you need to lead the field and are manufactured here in the USA. For more information on our full line of products, visit brandt.ca today.